Hello, Heroclix land! Welcome back to a very special episode of Talkn Clix, where we celebrate the heroes of Heroclix. I am, as always, your host, Wespool. With me is my co-host, Scott, the missing link. Hello, Scott.
Good evening.
So tell us why today is so special.
Today we're going to have the legendary George Massu on the show.
Yay!
Yay!
Hello, George. So George, for those of us who don't know you by name, how do you claim to fame in Heroclix?
Well, first up, my name is George, sometimes pronounced Yorgo. Depends on where we're at and what tournament it is. But
You're gay?
That's plural, George. No, not you're gay. It's plural. There's only one. Only one. I think we've played since 2006, roughly. But yeah, I think I've just been a staple community member and a well-known name and face around the Heroclix community.
And what year did you win Worlds?
First year. Was that 2010?
2010?
Wow.
2010.
It was at Gen Con.
Yeah, it was at
Yeah, I was there.
It was at Gen Con, yeah. A long time ago.
Congratulations.
Many moons ago.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Let's get the shameless plugs out of the way. Talkn Clix is brought to you by John Hoffner, Clix Creators. If you need anything 3D printed, he will be happy to do it for you at a fraction of the cost of everybody else. He's printing up all kinds of stuff for Red, White, and Clix, which is our other shameless plug. It's my personal passion of mine for a non-charity veterans profit. November 15th and 16th, this will be the second year. Last year we had 80 players in attendance. Hope to break 100 this year. Right now we're looking at the top 16 in the 300 modern get a brick. All depends on the attendance, but come out, support the troops. All the money goes to nonprofit veterans organizations, so check it out.
All right, thanks for fixing that, because I could have swore you said non-charity veterans profit.
I trip over my tongue sometimes. So I think that's about it. All right. So the reason today's extra special is because George reached out to us and a lot of the other content creators. He calls influencers, which I don't know where he got that from because I don't influence anybody. But he had some very specific ideas that he wanted to float across the community and pass them along to the new general manager of Wizkids. So let's go down the list. We talked to him a little bit about it already in some other shows with the round table ourselves, but let's hear it from the man himself. So George, what is the first item on your list?
I think the most impactful one that really pulled well with the players was the idea of mini bricks. Everyone's been kind of taking this idea and running with it, but it's pretty seamless. It's not very disruptive. Right now we have a 12 booster brick. A mini brick is just 6. So you still have your traditional bricks of 12, but 2 6 bricks are just kind of like either banded or shrink wrapped together. So you inside the one brick you get 2 minis, and you can split it up however you want. You can sell the whole thing or sell them individually. But the idea, comes from a marketing and distribution standpoint where we did have 10 booster bricks, and I was not buying those. I haven't bought those in years because of the dispersion or the displacement of all the figures in there. You weren't kind of assured. I don't want to use the word guaranteed, even though it was in my notes, but assured is a better word. You weren't assured like certain pulls or certain things. So it got really to a point where it was just better to, take that, $150 and just snipe whatever you wanted off the secondary market. So the retail wasn't doing it for me. And then when it moved to 12 boosters, it's like Wizkids just uploaded bloatware into their product. I think it went from 10 to 12, it went to $200, and we didn't get anything. It was like the same. You may or may not get a chase. You may get a chase or a prime, or you may just get a prime and like 2 super rares or something. So the idea of a mini brick sat well with players. One, because of the price. If we could have a reduced price or an option to buy something at a reduced price, where I could pull, say, if it ends up around $80, that's 4 20s out of your wallet per payday versus 10 $20 bills out of your wallet like I pay. It's a lot harder. and then when you draw in, how are the other, companies that are kind of big and have like large, central mass of players, how are they doing? You can buy like a box or their version of a brick of, their play cards, and you get like 36 packs, and it's like around $100, and that seems to do fairly well for them. Same with Pokemon or whatever. So I thought Heroclix should not so much copy the model, but adjust the current model and refine it into something that looks at the working person or the father with like a couple kids and says, okay, I think $80 is better. I get 6 good boosters. They're going to have contents in there. For me, it's 1 chase, 2 super rares, a prime, and then 2 thematic boosters. So you're getting something out of everything, and
but that's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot. So I'm glad you brought that up and interrupted me, because the idea of the mini brick, it sat well with everyone. Ooh, I like that idea. There's no conflict, no argument. But when it comes to contents, then Scott and me, hey, that's where the discussion takes place. And if you notice in all these points I have, there's one overarching idea that seems to capture the mind of the player, or the heart. Like, oh, I like that idea, but maybe we should do modern age 3 seasons instead of 3 years. That's where we have discussion, and that's where I want to draw a discussion. So we all have a common bond with the overarching main idea, and then we discuss the nuances in between to make it, kind of tweak it or refine it the way that we get it. Because $80 is just a proposed idea. Like, I can afford $80 pretty easy. What about you? Me say, well, I would do better at. I'm okay with $90. Or that's where the discussion is.
So I'm good with the 6 booster brick, but I'm also thinking that they could do it as a BR brick also.
Oh yeah, so you'll see all this tie into the other ideas too, but like a battle royale brick or a play at home brick. So when you have these, like we propose, like some more self-directed events, so you don't have to go to a venue if you can't make it, but you could still log in, be a part of that venue, pick up your product, and then play at home with your bud or your family. So yeah, it's like a BR brick. Or if you and like your 2 buddies, or you and your buddy each want to take 2 boosters and then prize out the other 2 or something, there's going to be some contents in each one that are going to kind of surprise you, and I think be rewarding of buying a traditional 12 brick booster or a mini brick because of what you can afford or what the play landscape looks like at your local venue.
So I don't want to interrupt Wes or anything, but my biggest issue with this is the way that we can't guarantee stuff in the boosters currently. We can't even fix the correlation that we have to say, hey, I pull duplicate cases all the time. It is brutal here in Houston, Texas, because there's another guy at our shop. It's either me or him that's getting he or myself that are getting the duplicate case. Right.
So there is a magic formula.
First, before we start going into the mini ones, no, don't get me wrong. I love the idea of a mini one, because dropping half price, half product, I don't need all this extra stuff.
Exactly. Well, that's why. So there is some formula, because all the card games get it. And while, like I said, I think I put the word guarantee in my notes, but that's a really inappropriate word. Like, assured is better. Like if Wizkids was to come out and say, look, our model is to put 1 chase in every mini brick, followed by 2 super rares, a thematic element, and something else. Like, I would be okay with that. Like, that's maybe that's like where the common ground is that we fall on. And when it comes to manufacturing these things, it's really just plastic and paint. I don't know if they're just like, oh, don't make so many chases. I don't know their model or philosophy on that. But when it comes down to it, like all the figures are the same cost, whether you put bronze set tab on there or a white set tab on there. It's all the same stuff, all the same price.
So before we get any further into these questions, I have 2 primary questions that will kind of lay the groundwork. One is, what kind of feedback have you gotten from Mike himself on initially? Like, is he saying that he can do all this stuff, or are you just pipe dreaming and hoping for the best? And my second question is, what kind of, like, I know what feedback we've gotten from the community, but what have you gotten so far overall? So First one is Mike.
Yeah, I'll start with my meeting. So I got to meet Mike Webb in Lansing, Michigan, over at an event there, and I brought all these questions to him, and he was wonderful enough to sit with me for about 15, 20 minutes, and we talked about this stuff, and he's very open to it. He reciprocated well to the ideas and asked for a follow-up email with all this stuff in there. So and these ideas, while they are rooted in speculation right now, like the speculation phase, they're all based on like a metric. So while I don't have the official, like, say, Wizkids, like cost per figure, distribution costs, trademarking or licensing fees, you can build models from what other companies pay in similar industries, similar, plastic mold injections, paints, and you can build your own metric and kind of figure out what a good solid metric is. So, so like when we say something like, so much per brick, that's so much per figure, and that's calculated off of like the licensing cost. Maybe it's like 40 to 50 cents or something per figure.
So to steal from Deadpool and Wolverine, this is an educated guess, an educated wish.
You got it. But yeah, so it's not just like totally speculative, like it's out in left field. Like there's some homework done to this, and when I was pulling players before I came over to you guys, the influencers. Like I said, they really liked the main ideas. Like, this is be big. Like, I'll throw my support behind it. I love the ideas. And then what we're, the ideas, once it pulled well players, talk to the influencers and say, hey, do the same exact thing. These are the ideas. What do you guys think? Would you talk about it on your show? And so far, there's 5 shows that already talked about it. So it's full, it's landing, on the ears of the players and of the community influencers. So we have momentum, and I think as long as we have some sort of commonality, and then we maybe at Worlds, someone brings it up during appreciation night, or follow-up emails with Mike, they could say, hey, we'll have to really consider this because now you are our customer base, and we've heard from like 35% of you, or more wanting this sort of product refinement or marketing or distribution refinement. So, I think it would just be in their best interest, to at least, consider and look at all this.
So what kind of, is it mostly positive that you've gotten back?
Yeah, totally. That's why I'm here right now with you, because I feel like there's momentum getting a lot quicker than what I expected. I thought maybe, because if I bring this up now, maybe, after Worlds, they'll, want to circle back to this. But it's like, no, I want it like now.
I want it before Worlds, which is the reason that I wanted to get you on the show before Worlds.
Yeah, so that way, you're not the only one. There's more.
When people are going to travel to Worlds, they're listening to podcasts on the way there. So, hey, let's get it going. At Worlds.
It works for me, and I think everyone will be at one centralized location, in a couple weeks. So I think this is like a great time at Appreciation Night. Bring it up. Hey, mini bricks. Our price point we would love to see something around 80. Maybe it lands in at 90. Maybe they meet us halfway or something, and the price gets altered a little bit because now NECA has their own distribution, right? So it's more vertical. So there's so the middleman is, I'm not exactly sure how that looks like, if it's more streamlined and more efficient, so the price could come down.
So let me address a couple of the big questions I've gotten back from the community. The biggest one is Wizkids' actual ability to pull this off and have somewhat assurance of the correlation of product, because they're not known for being that successful so far. So in cutting it in half, exactly how much are you looking to put in a mini brick, and how likely are they able to pull this off successfully?
Like how many boosters in a mini brick, you mean?
No, how many, like the product, like chases, super rares, primes.
Oh, me personally, I would love to have 1 chase, 1 prime, and 2 super rares, and then 2 thematic boosters of the set that's coming out. That's just me personally. You might want something different, but I think that's where the discussion lies. And then WizKids has to chime in, and ultimately you make the decision, what they're capable of doing. But as far as assuring that the product that they say is going to get in there gets in there, that's on their shoulders. They have to do this. And I think you keep at it, like retail sales are going to keep going towards secondary markets, and not to the directly to the customer anymore. So they have to eventually listen, because like when it went from 10, it was already bad. And a lot of people are like, I'm not buying. Now it's 12, more money, and you get it's just more bloated figure. Like all that stuff gets thrown in the trash. Like 90% of it gets tossed.
Would
in the
you
trash.
still have the main large brick in addition to the small
Yep.
bricks, or just convert completely to the smaller ones?
Nope, you still have your traditional 12 booster brick. Nothing changes with shipping, distribution, packaging. It all stays the same. You just take 6 boosters and you just throw a band around it. That's it. So if they say, I can't afford, your $200 MSRP, just give me a mini brick. It's easier to, like I said, to take out 4 20s out of your wallet than it is to take 10 of them out of your wallet. Like that hurts. And you're not going to get good stuff.
When these first started coming out, we would get 12 booster bricks, but you would get 4 bricks in a case, and you had 4 figures in a booster.
I remember that. Yep. Now it's 2 bricks.
So Scott, what's your biggest concern about this, or what you've heard from the community?
Well, if you're gonna put a chase, a prime, and 2 SRs in 6 boosters, will it be doubled in a brick, in a standard brick, or is it just gonna be like, hey, we're just gonna band it, and if you want the big one, here's your 2 chases and 2 primes.
No, it better be in each mini brick. That's the goal, is to have it in each mini brick.
If you say, hey, the big brick is just 2 mini bricks, here you go. Same correlation. Because if you're doing what you are now versus the mini bricks, no one's going to buy the large brick.
Right. Well, I mean, people will still buy it because there are people that still chase after figures, which is fine. But if you're getting a better quality product, like I'm not getting out of, if I was to buy 6 boosters and that's 30 figures, if 28 of them are like CUR, and then 2 of them are like a super rare and a common prime, it's like, why did I waste my money on this stuff? But if you were to buy a 6 booster mini brick, or even a 12 so if you bought 12, you would be getting 2 chases, 2 primes, at least 4 super rares, and then 4 thematic boosters.
Yeah, I'm just saying that if you have the option for the mini brick versus the standard brick, everyone's going to go to the mini bricks instead, because you're going to get more of the higher end product.
Well, at that price point, yeah. But altogether, but if you're going to keep buying figures, you could say, well, I could, take all this money and go to the secondary market, or I could just buy another one and know I'm going to get good stuff anyway. And if there's like, how many chases come in a set now? Like 6 or 8?
It depends. Sometimes there's 12.
Sometimes there's 12. So I mean, there's a lot of figures to chase here. So like one payday you pick up 1 mini brick, next payday you pick up another mini brick. Well, it's whatever the player can afford or want.
So I'm curious about the cost-benefit analysis from a business standpoint. Does this cost Wizkids any more to make it like this versus the way they've been doing it? And how would the bottom line affect the business from the buyer's standpoint?
Well, if a character card, let's go with that. If a character card costs like around, I think like a max of like 5 cents per figure, that's like max. So if you're talking about just throwing a band, or even just like a little shrink wrap around 6 boosters and then 12, it's like another penny or 2. So and then when it comes to figures, it's just the color of paint. It's just plastic and paint at that point. So I mean, I don't know.
No, it affects the secondary market more than it does Wizkids.
Yeah, but if it's easier, like so, if you could take a mini brick home for you and your kid, or you and your buddy, and you guys split it, I mean, there's going to be good quality merchandise in that brick. Similar to when you play the Pokemon or Magic the Gathering, they assure you you're going to get so many figures. You're going to get a chase card. I think they're called. They're like red rares or blood rares. They're like they have like the red tab, I think, and that's like their version of a chase or something. But they assure you like, oh yeah, if you buy that, that's in there. That should be in there like 99% of the time. Like that's how they have their Q&A set up. So I don't think like Wizkids can't do this. They totally can. It's just a matter of doing it, I think.
All right. The second thing that you brought up, and this is the one that I kind of bumped into a little bit myself, but I've gotten some pretty mixed reviews actually from the community, is extending 300 Modern to 3 to 4 years. Can you talk to us a little bit about your thing behind that?
Okay, so again, it's more like marketing and distribution, and this one lies in like retention, retaining players. So we have issues with rules in Heroclix. They're kind of steep and they require a learning curve and it requires time to really get a hold of all this. So, Scott and we've been playing for forever, so we're a little more acclimated to this sort of environment. But to new players or younger players, you're trying to pull them in beyond like a set or two, or if they put the game down, for a month or a summer because they went to camp or whatever, they come back and they're like, the whole game changed. Like, I don't understand anything anymore. So this kind of realigns with, creating that like critical mass or player base. And if you were to extend out modern age, it makes those older figures more relevant again. It kind of deepens and diversifies the modern field and allows time for the steep rules to kind of set in on the player. So they have time to really acclimate. So if they do take a period off, they can kind of come back in with those same figures and say, oh, it's like riding a bike, and now I remember and I can add to this. So
doesn't everything you're saying kind of happen with Silver Age already?
Silver Age is it's kind of like its own different animal, but everything from Modern just kind of gets shoved to the side. So Modern Age is like the main focus or like the main game engine of Heroclix is Modern. It always has been. It's 300 Modern. This just sort of puts more emphasis and more of your what's the word I'm looking for? Like more support behind it. Okay, like if you want to do that, then maybe Silver Age should be like the main engine of Heroclix if you wanted to focus on this. But
Modern is half of Silver Age as of right now. So everything you're saying about keeping the buying going on the Modern figures and being able to use them longer, they can still use them in Silver Age as of right now.
Yeah, they can. Silver Age, like I said, but Modern is the main engine. You'll find more Modern Age events than you will Silver Age events.
No, yes, it's true. You will find more Modern Age events because that's the way that we've been trained to play forever.
Exactly.
Putting the games in the wind, putting the games in HC units. But I feel like if there's a venue that I associate with in another city.
Yeah.
They are they're like newbies. They're like newborns. And all they play is Golden Age. And it's usually Battle Royals. So if I go in there, I'm like, okay, I can't play the normal stuff because I don't want to just go in there and stomp everybody. I want them to have a good time. I want to have a good time.
Same here. But I think that this draws the critical mass towards Modern. I guess Modern has always been my focus. Like I wasn't considering Silver Age when doing this. Modern Age was at the forefront of my mind. So it's to build that again that critical mass or player base in the Modern Age format, and then so that was the idea that players liked. And then the I don't want to use the word argument, but the discussion was on how long should it be. Some people say like, 4 years, 3 years. No, 3 seasons. How about 3 seasons instead of years? From Worlds to Worlds instead of 3 actual years. So that's where like the topic was. The topic wasn't that we shouldn't have an extended Modern play. It was how long should it be. And I think what I'm hearing more is like around 3 years or 3 seasons. And we can't figure out what.
Okay, so I was interrupted for a second, so I missed a big chunk of that. Did we talk about going with a traditional calendar year versus?
That's where the debate is right now. Yeah. It's like 3 years or 3 seasons. I guess a season means Worlds to Worlds. That would be considered a season. A year is calendar year to calendar year. So
I mean, calendar year to calendar year, like okay, January to December, or when the set was released.
It's like all the above right now, So I think whatever's most like easily understandable is where it should be. But I think 2 is too short to accommodate everything that we want to do with the rules and retention and things like that. I think 3 is a little more appropriate.
I'm pretty happy with 2 years just because it keeps the game fresh. Because this doesn't affect the casual player. This is specifically for competitive players. Because casual can just do whatever they want at their home store.
Yeah, you can make your own rules.
But as far as competitive events go, if I had to look at Carnage Silver Surfer for one more year or Kong for one more year, I might gouge my eyes out. I think 2 years keeps the rotation fresh, keeps everybody building fresh because you are forced to build something new and different all the time.
That's a good point.
If there's one massively oppressive figure that's just the legacy Thanos of its time.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to grab it, and it doesn't matter if there's something new and shiny. If it's still the best cost-effective figure for that point value, you're going to grab it. There's nothing, as long as Scott Porter was around, there was nothing in the 25-point range that was going to knock him off his throne.
No. Yeah, that was the best 25-point figure in a long time.
If they extended Scott Porter to 3 to 4 years, that would probably ruin the game.
Well, without going like too much into rules or accommodations, there have been early retirements for certain for certain elements and certain things, and you don't necessarily have to knock out a whole set because you have one bad apple in the bunch. Right. So. But that could be like an easy patch, but that's more like on the rules set of things or something. This is more like marketing, distribution, and acquiring new and retaining new players, and so that's where the focus was around. And that's why extending Modern Age came up.
The main feedback I've gotten. Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead.
I said I'm all for extending the Modern. I do feel like to counteract what Wes is saying is if they had a restriction list to help mediate.
Correct.
All that other stuff, but that's on the rules aspect of stuff.
You got it. Yeah,
totally agree. I'm just throwing out the concerns of players.
And those are valid. They're important and valid too.
For the most part, I feel like everybody's been receptive to 3 years. If they're not 100% against it or for it, they're at least like, I would take 3 years. Nobody's really been for 4 years. Nobody's been real happy about that idea.
It might get a little stale at 4, but the idea is that I put those ideas out there just to get discussion going. Like it could have been 5 years, but yeah, 4 years I would think things get kind of stale.
I feel like I've discussed these topics for 2 weeks ever since you sent it to us. I've discussed it with my local players. I've discussed it with. I was in another city today and I stopped at their store and talked to their owner about it. Will Gordon. I went to Will Gordon today at his store and we discussed it and we talked. I feel like I was there for an hour just discussing these topics.
Scott,
that's good. That means it's working.
How many miles do you put on your car a day?
It's not my truck. It's a work vehicle. And I probably put, 1,200 a week.
Every time I talk to you, you're on the road.
I probably put 1,200 a week.
It's tough being a stripper.
Well, let's definitely initiate a lot of conversation. When I posted the roundtable discussion on YouTube today, within an hour I had multiple comments, and it hasn't stopped since. So it's definitely building up discussion. Please look at the comments on YouTube and see what people are saying there.
Yeah, please link me all this afterwards because I'm going to put this all in another email and send it off eventually.
What was another point you had? Price support for stores throughout the year, smaller events. Can you talk to us a little about that?
You skipped point number 3.
Oh, what was that?
Point number 3 is more IPs.
Oh, yes. Including more IPs into, I'm assuming you meant standard sets, like full sets, not just iconics.
Just expanding the franchises in general, but Iconics was, my thought, because I love all these little subsets and things. I think that this point was more of a reinforcement to, keep them driving forward with this. And the reason why it's such a good topic to talk about is because everyone has a favorite something, and it's like the ideas, they're just throwing at you, There's so many cool ideas or just potential for these little subsets or little mini, boxes, like Iconics or something like that. But
full sets.
Oh, even full sets. I think Howard mentioned a full set of like a new indie set. Like he wanted to see a new indie set, and if it was small, he wants to see Heroclix. It's like those are cool ideas. Like I would play all that stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of IPs that you can make a full set out of. Like you can do Thundercats easy. I just don't know if
anything 80s. I think would just rock.
Smurfs. No, Smurfs.
That would be fun, actually. I just don't know about the licensing and all that. How, as Antonio is fond of saying, how the sausage is made. I don't know what all of that goes into it as far as main sets versus iconics. I think that for the most part, I don't think anybody's really going to complain about having more figures in the pool of figures to pull from too much, as long as it doesn't eat into their favorites more than necessary.
Exactly.
As long as they're playable. Like Assassin's Creed, they looked really cool, It wasn't very playable.
Yeah.
WWE, I love the WWE set. That team ability made the pieces actually viable. If you didn't have the team ability on them, then that wasn't going to be
Right.
very good because you can just shoot them.
Well, you could tell. You could tell like when they sometimes they make some like, oh yeah, there are some fans and WizKids that made this, and maybe they just kind of made that static off of like doing a Wikipedia search or something. But maybe that's what happened to Assassin's Creed. Like they just never played the game or something. I don't know.
Well, somebody at WizKids design team hates Deadpool. They keep making Deadpool, but they keep making him bad. So I don't know what's going on.
Eventually, they're going to get it right.
Eventually.
Yeah. Well, try again.
I think
So that was more like just a reinforcement. Like keep this engine going. This is a good thing.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's complaining about having more figures. I think everybody's like in favor of that.
Exactly.
Did you have anything on that, Scott?
No, I'm totally in line with it. I mean, I've already told you like 14 different times that if they wanted to do Marvel set in the first quarter, a D&D set in the second quarter, a DC set in the third quarter, and whatever IP that they've got for a fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Could be anime, cartoon, could be something else.
Whatever you want.
And that was the fourth quarter, and then you keep these alive for three years, 3 cycles, whatever it ends up being. And they're all mega sets, so it's not like you're going to get a collector's trove. You're going to get a larger deep dive into the set to find out what's in it, and you won't have 14 Captain Americas released in 2 years.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right, Scott, what was the next one?
The next one is the promotions. Promoting the game. Let's get some more summer events. You can do a 5th set in the year if you're doing the summer OP events.
Mm-hmm.
Or even make them winter OP events.
So this one was really just about labeling or gaining like a proprietary like name ship on something. So Magic has like Friday Night Magic.
Told you. We've discussed this. Like,
yeah, Pokemon has something.
Magic started in '93. It took them 7 years to develop Friday Night Magic.
Saturday morning Clix, man. Like your kids are out of school. You get up in the morning. We would get up, watch cartoons. Saturday morning cartoons. Saturday morning Clix. Pick up the family, go out to your venue, and go play some games, man. And then the beauty of this is that you have like an established kind of framework for when Heroclix is going to be, popping off. It's going to be like Saturdays. WizKids has adopted Saturdays, for Heroclix. Parents are off work, kids are off school. Let's go,
You can be fighting some Pokemon groups for that.
Yeah, well, the good thing about this though is that I know that the card games really put baby into a corner. So a lot of the events like this is where me and Mike had the same idea where we have like self-directed WizKids events. You could just do check-ins. Maybe it's just a matter of you picking up a mini brick from your store. You can go back home, play your games there, whatever it is. You and your buddies, maybe you pick up a traditional brick, and then you and your couple buddies play, and then use the rest of the bricks for prize support. But the idea of having self-directed gives you flexibility in not having table space or a venue. Now it's just all digital. You can just go on your computer, you log in and say, okay, I'm going to go to my store here who's a signed-in vendor, like the WizKids knows them, You pick up your brick, through HC units, you can log in your games and then, hey, your price support's ready at your local venue, go pick it up or something like that. So there's flexibility in there. So the idea of finding a home inside these card games, it can be tough. I get it. But if you make it more self-directed or you come there and you put your name on a board, like I'm ready to play you, on Thursday night. Can't make, Saturday because I work, but Thursday I'm available, let's hook up. Let's pick up our boosters and go battle for it. So that was the idea behind being self-directed.
I love the self-directed portion of it.
I feel like we kind of do that already, though, because, like, as it stands, I organize events in my venue all the time, and we just have extra product that we throw in as a prize for everybody pays $20 to play, and the winner gets Chase Booster, second place gets Iconics, whatever we have on hand. We make our own event, make our own rules. Sometimes it's 300 monitors, sometimes 400 monitors, sometimes it's themed. But we kind of do that already. So how would this be different?
Well, in this case, Wizkids does like an overarching theme event. I think I put like a 3 or 4 month like thematic event. So if X-Men versus Avengers is their thing, and maybe they do like the next 3 or 4 months under that. So they print out the stipulations like, hey, this is going to be our event series. If you want to participate, you can be self-directed. You can come to your local game store. Just how do you get this done is up to you. How you get it done. But here's a thematic event. If you want to participate for the prizes, you got to come by the boosters. You can play at home, play it, in your car, play at the table if there's room. So it'll accommodate large and small venues that want to participate.
So if you go to a venue, very specific pricing is exclusively for this.
Yeah, so they would run like a summer event, a summer OP event or something. They could still put that down the pipeline with pricing. But if there's no room at your local venue, like, hey, these Magic guys, these Pokemon kids, they're all over the place. Okay, that's fine. We'll pick up our stuff. We'll catalog that we bought our product. We'll register for the event, and we're going to go home and play. Okay, fine. And because they're already making their money through other games. But if they have space for you, you stay there, you play. So it's very common. So the self-direction isn't just you making up your own thematic event. It's following Wizkids, summer OPs or whatever the case is, but at your discretion and on your best terms, because no two venues are the same. You don't have as many people.
I love the Royal Flush one. That one was awesome.
It was fun. All those little things are fun, and you can participate any way you can. And now that they have HC units, I imagine it's just like you're just a couple clicks and you're good to go. You go to the store, you buy your boosters, and you're fine. And you're part of that event. But you're doing it from home, from your basement or something, with you and your 4 buddies. So it's totally cool.
Let me make sure this ties into the sales advertising part that you talked about also. I'm 100% for the self-printing materials, anything like that. Right. Because when I go to my local store, they got every comic book poster and everything up on its wall and events going on. And you can't even see in the store. There's so many stuff on there, and there's nothing for Heroclix.
Yeah, I think it's just easier. It's just more streamlined. If hey, here's a PDF. You guys, print it out. Throw it on your Mountain Dew cooler or your drink cooler, and it's at least something's in the store. This way you don't have to worry about, well, okay, I ordered a banner. It's not here yet. Who knows where it is. Just give it to me in an email. I'll print it up, and I'll put it on my wall or on my door, and this way people know about it. Or if there's and then they can print up, maybe who's in like a Supremacy League or something, and who's winning this or that. They can do whatever, but I'm
in my Supremacy League currently.
How you doing? Are you in the league still?
I'm waiting on a challenger.
All right. Come get it.
I've got a go high or go home mentality, just like the bricks. When you have assured, prizing the bricks, go high or go home with the prizing. Something cool, something dynamic and unique, and just for that draw. Again, at the end of the day, it's just paint and plastic.
So
just put it out there.
How are you with exclusive pricing, like the Phoenix Pog? Like there is 200 of them printed. So should they be releasing stuff like that in like a con in your store?
That would be kind of cool. I mean, yeah, I'm totally cool with that idea. I would love to win one of those things,
Yeah.
And have Alyssa and Harry and brother sign it. I would love to have one of those. Yeah, that'd be great. Like if you put those in the just as prizes or something like that, that'd be great. I'd love one of those because I've only seen a couple people with those.
Oh, they're phenomenal for 10 points. I hate them.
I didn't see one in Michigan when I was playing though. At least not that I remember. But I've only played one event this year. And then same thing. 2 booster is buy-in. Magic has like $30 buy-ins, so that's like totally fair with me. Two boosters is roughly around the same price. $25, $30. Downloadable, printable advertising in stores. Overarching thematic seasons. They could last 6 months, 3 months, 4 months. It's just a matter of them scheduling it and doing it, and saying yes. We'll support this. In addition to everything else they do.
Can I say one thing I'm not liking about HC units?
Yeah, go for it.
As a TO, I go in there and I'll create an event, and then I'm supposed to rely on all the players to come up there, even if it's just a fun night, whatever. I gotta wait for them to load their teams, if they've even built them in their own HC units account.
Oh, right.
Register for the event, put everything in, and then run the event. I'm like, it's not really like I need to do all that. The win, I didn't have to do all that. I didn't have to have a team in there. I just put points and do everything.
So TOs can't input
You can, but then you got to take the time to go in there and input it and put the guy's name to it, and it takes you a lot longer to do it.
That might be a good a DM for Clay then. Like, hey, as a TO, like, how can I, make this more vertical and make this, streamline this process to make it easier for me?
Because we're just playing a fun night. We don't need to put in everybody's builds, I don't think.
Yeah, that's true. Then, there's got to be like a simple way just to catalog the player there. Like, because you're talking about you got to upload the whole team, the build sheet, and this and that, right?
And it's got to have a map, and you got to have all the sideline stuff, or whatever else.
You should ask him for casual play to relax on the framework of what you have to upload, so it can be just these people.
I can just go in there and put the guy's name in. And
exactly.
I don't need to know.
I think that's a total DM to Clay, and I bet you he would be accommodating to you. I bet you. Because that's a very valid point. Like I wouldn't want to put up with that either. Like, come on, let's just play. I'm not going to sit here and watch you build a team for an hour, and then we're going to start the game.
Right. And then I got to go make sure that player C has done it, and then player D. I'm like, come on.
yeah, just for like regulated events or finals or something. Sure.
Sorry, Clay. Someone had a complaint about HC units finally.
All right, so I think your last question was, when is Wizkids going to start advertising?
Yeah, this one I totally left open because, marketing is like to everybody everywhere. So everyone should have some input on this. So right now, how do you see them advertising? Other than we pretty much just get it word of mouth, right?
I'll get a blurb email every so often, or something will pop up on Facebook, but I got to actually be looking for it.
Yeah. So how does a person who's into, comic-based stuff get a generated mail like, hey, have you tried this cool, game out? How do they get something? How do you get that into their hands? And say, oh, what is this? Oh, that looks kind of neat. I like that sculpt. Like I didn't like when I started collecting Heroclix, it wasn't to play the game. It was to buy the sculpt. I just liked the little sculpts. I'd put them on my computer stand.
So I know for Lantern Legacy, they mailed out a bunch of bricks to people that wouldn't normally do unboxing videos. I mean, if you're doing an unboxing video for Heroclix like Scott Porter or Al H, they're doing it for the people who are already in the game. And they sent these things out to people that don't know anything about it. They're like, I don't know what this
That's interesting. Oh, wow, I never heard of that. That's great.
So as far as I know, they did do some of that to outside entities that we're not aware of.
Stir up some interest, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. But I don't know how often they're doing it.
I don't know either.
If they just did some YouTube shorts, I mean, half the people in the country are getting their information from TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube.
Yeah, or they're playing those little phone games or something.
15-second video, be like, boom, here's our characters, our creatures, whatever you want to call them. And
yeah, something like that. Or Aaron had an idea of putting them in like digital comic books. You flip a page, and then there's your HeroClix advertisement, right? The digital comics. I mean, you're already halfway there. You might as well just, you're reading the book. You might as well go pick up the figure.
I think Miles Kane got something put in a magazine or a comic book just because he knew somebody. And he's like, hey, would you throw this little blurb in a comic book? And they were like, yeah, sure.
That's cool. See, stuff like that. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have thought of any of that stuff. But as far as like, yeah, because there's like a ton of like little Marvel games on your phone. I know nothing about that sort of advertising, but you the ones that play for free, you generate. Here comes your HeroClix advertisement. Put your phone down. Come play with real people in the real world. Right. Play a real game.
So, George, are you familiar with Red, White, and Clix? Did you hear about it before today?
Hear about what?
Red, White, and Clix?
Only because I followed your page. But when I followed it, I was. You remember, I'm out this year. I'm out probably next year too. As a player, I'm probably just out.
I'll just put it out there that last year was the first year of Red, White, and Clix, and I put the whole thing together in 2 months' time with zero experience and zero resources.
Whoa.
And I'm just saying, I would love to do it for a free product or whatever if Mike wanted to throw me a bone, but it really doesn't take. The biggest expense in advertising is the time. It takes a lot of legwork. It takes a lot of effort. I went to pretty much every Heroclix Facebook page I could find, every group. I talked to everybody I could just to get the word out. And it was very successful, but it did take a lot of time. So we can't fully expect the community to do that kind of legwork on their own. But if they would just find somebody like me, if not myself, just to do that kind of thing, just that alone would get a lot of traction, I think.
Well, I mean, you're advertising Red, White, and Clix to the groups that are already playing Clix.
Right.
I want to see Heroclix advertisements on an airplane.
Well, that would be the goal. You start with reaching out to Heroclix players that don't already know about it, and then branching out into other groups, other games. Like, I know lots of people play Magic the Gathering. I don't play it, but if I could make some connections with those people and kind of rub some elbows and that kind of thing, may throw them some free product or something and get them to talk to their players about it. I mean, that'd be a lot cheaper than trying to buy ad space on an airplane or a taxi cab.
Well, yeah, obviously. But word of mouth is obviously our biggest sales pitch currently.
Yeah. But as far as like in-house, like word of mouth, like, I mean, any sort of influencer like you, like I would just be, tossing like, hey, push this on your show if you want it, keep it when you're done. It's yours. I would just be swaying. And even if the show turned over every 2 years and some new show came around, I would just be swagging them. Hey, push this out. This is coming out in June. Here's a digital flyer or something. We don't have the product actually made yet, but this is what's coming out. Talk about it on your show. Generate sales hype or something. So that's enough. And I also, and to another point, I could have swore I saw a Magic the Gathering advertisement on Crunchyroll. We were trying to watch I was getting my son into Naruto, and there was a Magic the Gathering advertisement on Crunchyroll in between, like the little breaks that you have to take or something.
Yeah.
So I did see a board or a game advertised on television.
So is there anything that I missed in your talking points?
No, I don't think so. I think just the idea that, the main points are what, are our commonality, and then the little details on the inside is where I left open for discussion, and I think so far it's working really well. Now we just need them to, hopefully take notice, take some action, that there's enough steam behind this.
As we're talking, I'm getting notifications from YouTube of people commenting. So I will definitely send you the link to check out.
Yes, the link and the link to this show too. And I make sure all these get, I'll set them all up and just do what I can, because if I'm not playing, I'm still thinking about Clix, a lot. And so that's why my mind went from player to like administrator, kind of deal. So that's why I started thinking about all this stuff.
What were you saying, Scott?
I said nothing.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
No. I mean, I agree with all the points. I'm like, these are things that can be discussed, should be discussed, and improved upon. If it's the mini bricks or something smaller for the people to get their hands on, I'm all for it.
Something in between a booster and a brick. It just made logical, seamless sense to just make the mini brick, because you're already making the big bricks, just divide it and then make the contents better.
I definitely have questions, just overall, like for one thing, are you part of the Illuminati? Are you on the inner circle of Wizkids, or are you just a player with ideas?
He can't.
No, I'm a player for life.
Except for 2025 and 2026.
Oh yeah. Except I'm still here. I'm not going away.
I know.
My name is in that bar stool somewhere.
Yeah, because it seems like everybody in the community has ideas all the time. Everybody's got something to say. Everybody's got something to complain about. I do like your approach to this, because when I was a retail manager, I had a sign on my door that says, door's always open. Just make sure if you come to me with a problem, you come with me with a solution also. Okay. Something along those lines. If you're going to complain about something, bring a solution to it that can be enacted on. So if you're saying product's too expensive, let's shrink it down, make it more cost effective. That's a solution. That's a great idea. As far as implementing the nuances and the fine tuning of the legality and the licensing and all that stuff, that's on Wizkids to figure out. But I do like your approach to talking to the community, getting the Mike's stamp of approval, and coming to it instead of just saying, "Oh, this sucks. Oh, I hate this." No,
and I love the timing of this too, just before Worlds, so you can get that conversation. I'm sure people are going to talk about it at Worlds at some point or another.
I hope so, because that was kind of an accident. Like I didn't intend for that to happen like that. It just sort of did.
Did Mike give you any signal of a timeline if he approved any of this?
Oh no. This is just me and him talking about it. Going back and forth. Trying to refine, liking things, and then exchanging information afterwards. But he seems like a guy who's going to be part of the community, which the last GMN was kind of like more of a sit back kind of guy. We never heard from him. He looks like he wants to be part of the community. He seems really sociable, very approachable, very friendly. In fact, I bet he's going to be at Worlds talking to all the players and stuff. And yeah.
Now I'm really bummed that I can't afford to go this year, but I'll be there in spirit.
All right,
I'll be buying the Bibles. All right, so Scott, do you have anything else before we move on with the show?
No. Get Mike on the show. That's my goal.
Yes, 100%. 1,000%. All right, George. So you've been a part of the community a long time. You've been a champion. People know your name. Tell us a little something about your personal life. What's your day job?
Well, I'm in transition right now. I was in residential real estate, like construction, buying old homes, renovating them, selling them. I did that for quite so many years. And now the reason why I'm off is I'm transitioning, into metal fabrications. So I picked up a few buildings over in Detroit on the east side, and I'm currently renovating them now to get ready for work, hopefully in first quarter of 2026. So, I'm 47 now, and I know I can't age well. Like no one ages well into construction. I don't have the capital to become like a developer, but I have enough money to transition and do something different. So this is what I'm going to do, and then I can age well into this. This will be just fine because a lot of it's robotics and automation. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I also coach my kids' hockey team. Do some volunteer work and into local level, loosely local level politics a little bit, just as a precinct delegate. I just kind of like to keep my ear to the ground and all that nonsense. And then, that's it. Just hang out with the neighbors. I have chickens, garden and stuff, and I have fun with it every day.
Cool.
Yeah. You may not know this about George, but I believe he ran for mayor.
I did. I ran for mayor about 10 years ago in my old city. I can't remember. You remember that?
Oh, come on now. I have a shrine to George Massu over here in my closet. Not really.
How close did you get? Were you pretty close?
No, too young. So long story short, I was the first candidate in 4 mayoral election cycles that got the support of both fire and police. I was really well liked, really great ideas. Like I really had everyone on board with it. I could not win senior votes. The old mayor was helping me, but then decided to run for the third term mayor. She was 80, by the way, and she won again. But I just didn't do well with seniors. I'd lost all the senior votes. And if mostly seniors, they're a huge chunk of the vote. So
you wouldn't get off their lawn.
Oh my gosh! But I even throw an ice cream social too. I tried to bribe my way in with ice cream.
Throw in a dad joke once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. It was a good learning experience, because I had done planning commission before that, and so running for mayor, it seemed like a next logical step. But it took 4 years of, the preparatory phase, working with fire, police, planning commission, zoning board, getting all these people together, and then we finally run. So I had a lot of the good intellectual support, but I could not get the popular or the senior vote. The senior vote just totally got me. But still, it was a great learning experience.
What do you want to know, Scott?
Salty or sweet?
What the heck?
Salty or sweet?
Well, I'll give you. I'm hairy. How about that? I'll give you the hairy option. I'm neither salty or sweet. I'm just hairy.
No, not you. I'm not asking you how you're flavored.
Oh, I thought you were hitting on me.
No, what do you prefer, salty or sweet?
Oh gosh, both, man.
I know both, but if you had a snack right now, what's it going to be, salty or sweet?
Oh, I love a good steak, like a medium rare steak. So salty. Yeah, let's go salty. Oh, yeah.
The reason
I'm a carnivore
is because I feel like salty people are more serious and down to earth, while sweet people are a little more whimsical and
okay.
creative.
No,
got you.
if Scott was hitting on you, he'd ask you if you're a big spoon or a little spoon.
Yes.
And then I would reply, I'm the hairy spoon. And the one you didn't wash in the sink for 2 weeks.
It's okay.
Did you ever serve in the military?
Yeah, yes, I have. I was in the Marine Corps. So I served in the Marine Corps for during, it was like late 90s, early 2000s. Yep, so that time.
So any call signs or nicknames we should know about?
Yeah, I inherited Big Shooter from the previous squad leader. So when I was a young guy, I was in first squad. The call sign was Big Shooter, and then when he moved on, I inherited the squad and took over the name Big Shooter.
So that's just because they caught you with your pants down?
Hey, don't ask, don't tell, right? I was in that era.
Mayor Big Shooter. All right.
Oh gosh.
Sorry, my screen went blank on my questions.
That's okay.
Your screen or your mind?
Yes, I mean you told me about Massu with no pants on. I'm like, okay.
I'm not wearing them right now. You guys just can't tell.
So you said you have wife and kids?
Yep, I have a wife and one son. His name is also George, so this way I don't forget. He's a good kid. He plays hockey. This year I'm assistant coach this year of the hockey team because I want to work with a couple more senior guys and kind of learn from them a little bit, and then next year I'll go coach him again.
How old is he?
He's 10.
Does he play
So
Clix?
5th grade?
Oh, go ahead, Scott.
Okay. I was just gonna say 4 to 5 dentists recommend hockey.
Yeah, right. He likes it. We have a good time. I get out there and skate. It's fun.
Does he play Clix?
He was into Pacific Rim Clix for a little while after he saw the movie. So he liked the Pacific Rim. I mean, he was like into it for a good chunk of a while. But then, like kids, they phase their little habits out. And they find a new one. So every now and again, we play Halo together. We like Halo a little bit. So we do that. He likes that. Then he has his other games too. But yeah, Halo's fun.
Are you on a Heroclix team?
No. I really prefer just kind of doing my own thing.
But you got a group of guys you're chatting with.
Oh, well, I mean, I have tons of friends in the community, if that's what you mean.
No, I know you have tons of friends in the community. I'm just like, you're not affiliated with like Phoenix Nest or
like I tried it for a little while. Similar. It's kind of like Black Adam joining the JSA, and it just wasn't a good fit. I was really honestly I was just too disruptive because they have their team play, and I'm just like nope. I'm like lone wolf. So I was like ruffling too many phoenix feathers, and it was better that I just politely left.
He was a Marine. He was Army of one man army.
That's cool.
Are you a better builder or a better pilot?
Oh, both. I think there are a few players that can do both, and I'm one of them. Because I mean, for years, how many times have I built my own team just like it's out of the box? It's like,
people look at you like, man, it's just all villains and they don't work, and you're like, no, this does work. Here, have some.
It does work. I love the villains so much. That's one thing. I made a joke, but like the Wizkids DEI staff needs to put DEI and then put a V at the end of it, and then start hiring more villains on their staff, so they can accurately represent and build really good villains. Because they are like the math. In fact, they're the reason why we even have heroes.
Absolutely.
It's not some heroes forging, crafting, and hatching some plan. It's always the villain.
Okay.
The hero clumsily gets written in, stumbles in, and then finds his way to victory. And it's just like, oh, I've seen this like a million times.
So we have villain galleries for specific heroes like Spider-Man or Batman or Daredevil, but you don't ever hear anybody like, oh, hey, who's Electro's hero gallery? We don't celebrate that. We celebrate the villain galleries.
Ugh, I mean, I tell you right, I hate Superman. I'll just say it. I know it's like unpopular. I hate Superman. I'm all for Team Lex. Lex Luthor is totally right. That's the guy you got to get behind is Lex Luthor. But the heroes, because they're always they portray him in such a poorly crafted light. He's always taking the blame, and he's probably getting some media, some spin put on it before it comes to the general public. But he's out there battling. He's swinging up on some guy, right? No one ever gives him his due or his credit. Poor Lex Luthor.
He's definitely punching up in the weight class.
Yeah, he is. You know. Anyway.
Did you like the Lex Luthor in the new movie?
Yeah, I did. In fact, that's the whole reason why I went to go see it was because I was like, I sure hope they did Lex good, and they did. I liked him. You know, he was gritty. He was. I mean, I didn't think they were going to pull the trigger in that one scene with that guy that he had in the chair because it was a Superman movie, but they did. And I was like, no way. I was like, that's totally Lex.
Nice.
You know, hurt him any way you can. So yeah, I was happy with Lex Luthor. Superman's a chump. He's like, you know, emotionally immature. You know, he's whining, he's crying, he's like, ooh. You know, but
he's a god, and he acts like what's his Clark Kent, his mild mannered persona. Like he's a god.
My goodness, yeah, he was just a whatever. But I'll always find the faults in Superman. So you know, don't let me talk about that forever.
So are you obviously more Marvel than DC?
I think I'm more villain than hero. So it doesn't matter the universe. I'll grab it. So if we're talking Marvel, Doctor Doom's my guy. My personality traits are more aligned with Doctor Doom than mostly any other villain. And in Marvel, it's like Black Adam, you know, or like Lex Luthor or something like that.
Okay, so I'm going to toss a couple of names out, and I want you to tell me whether they're hero or villain.
Okay.
Venom.
Hero.
Magneto.
Portrayed as a villain, but probably a hero.
Mr. Sinister.
Villain.
Hobgoblin.
Villain.
Green Goblin.
Villain.
Loki.
Hero. That's a tough one because I don't really think he's either.
I don't think he's either. He's just having a good time.
Yeah, he's goofy. He's like more like the goofball. But if you notice that the villains that generate money, the villains, Venom, Magneto, they generate money and they kind of get turned into the
character twist. How about Apocalypse?
Apocalypse, he would be a great villain.
Even though in Extra Swords he's like, hey, I'm just doing this.
Oh, the storyline. I guess I'm going back to like ancient Egypt where he's still En Sabanur, the first one where he's kind of mean, you know.
I love Apocalypse as a character, and him being like, well, I was just trying to do it to make the Earth better. Like,
yeah. He probably sees himself as a hero, but he's really a villain.
I think he's a villain. I think Magneto's a villain.
He should be. Magneto should be a villain. But I think he can make revenue and he's popular, so they don't make him so edgy, you know, anymore. But yeah, some of the old comic books. I loved it when he ripped that little runt's metal out of his bones. He deserved that.
Yes, he did.
You know, what else did he? Oh, didn't he push Xavier down the stairs in Ultimate? Was it Ultimate X-Men?
I didn't read the Ultimates.
I think he pushed him down the stairs. Pushed Hot Rod down the stairs. And that's how he died. I'm pretty sure that was him. Yeah, but he's a great villain. He was under circumstance turned into a villain, so I like that. I like that about Magneto. He's one of my favorites too. I like him a lot.
Nice.
Who else you got for me?
Harley Quinn.
I'm done with that. I mean, Sabretooth is obviously a villain.
Oh, I love. Oh, he's a murderous villain. Yeah, he's crazy. I like him too.
And he should be able to take Wolverine in any fight because Wolverine is always pulling punches.
Any fight, he should take Wolverine every fight. That's why he's the runt. Wolverine is the runt for a
Harley
reason.
Quinn.
Harley Quinn? No, just like a Loki kind of, just goofing and having fun.
Same for Joker.
Yeah, doing the Joker's actually Joker has what's cool about Joker is that he has so many different personalities, and you can write him in, you know, all the different. Like the one you have behind you is he's chaos and anarchy, right? So that's more villain. But if you're talking like Saturday morning cartoons, you know, yeah, classical, comical.
Scott and I have talked about this before. Is Joker a evil genius, or is he just whacked out of his mind and just has no idea what he's doing, or does he actually have a plan?
It depends on which one you're talking about. Like there's the crime syndicate Joker. There's all these different ways you can write Joker. That's why Joker's like one of the best villains probably ever. In fact, I have Joker on my wall over there, which is a great one. He's just like laughing his tail off. But yeah, Joker's a great villain because you can write him in so many different directions. He's not cornered into like just one way of writing. But yeah, villain for Joker.
All right, so you got 2 dice in front of you: crit hit or crit miss.
I'll take the crit miss because nobody likes it.
Everyone says they're going to roll a crit miss. I'm like, I had 4 on Monday. 4 crit hits.
Oh,
4 crit hits in
4
one
crit
game.
hits? Dang, that's awesome.
And I still lost.
What?
Yeah.
That's how
Was
good
that
of a player he
was it
is.
user error or what?
The first hit went to a character. I don't know. I slapped the snot out of Black Panther, the King Black Panther, the one that heals if someone else is on the map.
Okay.
And basically, I almost killed him, and then he started healing back up because he got Rwanda and the person on the map. So I'm like, okay, that hit was for nothing. So then I got a crit hit on somebody that only had 2 clicks of life. I'm like, oh well, that's a waste of like 5 damage.
But at least they're gone. They're off the map. You send them to hell, and they're gone.
Yes.
But in the first scenario, like we've been there, someone you just kind of don't, you just can't get them out, and they're like on that last little bit, and then they just kind of get on a roll, and then it just.
That's exactly what the game was. I'm like, I had it beat down, and then it's like, oh no, I had shape changed, and I kept rolling ones.
Oh, that's a bummer.
What's your favorite format to play in?
I'm kind of basic, so I guess I like modern because it's always been there. But silver's fun. 400 silver was fun. I played in a Michigan event last December, 2024, and then you get to pull out the old stuff, right? Like Punisher War Machine. So I got to play Punisher War Machine. So I was really happy with that. So I like the silver 400 just because it's kind of like goofy. You can goof around. I don't have to take it so serious. Modern is more like the serious kind of gaming, But silver's fun because I can kind of relax and just play for fun.
Do you have a fun scenario you like to play at home, like Rescue the Pug or?
I played at Worlds in 2024. I didn't play again until December of 2024, and then we just got done playing in August for the
CCO.
Yeah, David Newmark's event. So I played 3 times in like a year so far, or 3 events. And it's just been wonky kind of years. Like I knew coming out of 2024, I wasn't going to have any time to play. I just knew it because we're getting like close to the end where we had to go find a building, and I was out searching, and it's just real life.
So, what's the name of your local venue that you would play at?
I don't have one.
You don't have one?
We don't. No, but Tim Kropf runs the big events out of Lansing, which I guess the store owner is friends with Mike, and that's why he came to Lansing, and that's where I got to meet him. And he does a nice event there too. So whatever Lansing event he has, then that's where I'll go. I'll still support Michigan events, but I can't really travel this year.
Wizkids has Beetlejuice, and then they came out with Prime Sinestro, and there's a trend of these global wide effects. How are you? Are you for or against these kind of effects in figures?
Usually the global effects, well, in the past, they may have been way more powerful in the past, like or reaching across map, like shooting through characters to hit other characters. I never liked those. But as far as like these global effects, I think like Constantine has like no one can use prob. And then Beetlejuice, no free actions. What was that? It was Sinestro, no combat modifier, no pluses.
No positive modifiers, yeah.
No positive modifiers.
See, Wes doesn't know about Nighthawk Prime.
I do know about him.
I remember what a pain in the butt he was.
Fortunately, I didn't have to play against him, but I know about him because of Prime Sinestro, and everybody's like, "Oh, not this again."
Well, it's not the same.
Hurts you and your opponent. Nighthawk Prime was just your opponent, and you had to be adjacent to get those bonuses.
Yeah, Nighthawk was way worse, and he had that crazy shape change roll.
I think he had a shape change.
Or was it super? It was like something like a 2 through 6.
Oh,
right.
If you did it right, he had a modified.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but it was something wild. It was like this guy's such a PETA, pain in the what. And I don't know how Sinestro will play out. He's 100 points, right?
100 points or 50.
Oh, he could be 50 points as well, and he still gets the same effect.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many clicks at 50?
I think it's 4 or 5. I think he's 5 clicks with toughness.
Is he any good at 50, or is he like one hit and he's just squishy and he's gone?
He's got a squishy defense, but he's got toughness, and it's just 5 clicks. I mean, that's a big hit still.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a pretty big
hit.
18 defense at that click, or is it still 20?
I think 17, I think.
That's not so bad. I feel like that's manageable with 11 or 12 attack. That's still like a kind of like a common range of dice.
100 points is 19. I think at 50 points, 17.
I guess he would benefit more like the Colossus guys, right? The 20 defense guys or something. And then you're stuck rolling like 8s or 9s, which is outside the range of of what you want to roll, which is way outside the normal range. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I don't see people playing Sinestro, or do they? 100
Not
points.
yet.
You got to mix him with like Colosseum Cap to make him really, really.
Oh, okay. So Colosseum, I see, because he makes like a little boxing ring, right?
Right. He makes a little boxing ring and says -2 to your attack, -2 to your damage if you're swinging inside the ring and you're not in. He seems
like a really cool character, that Captain America. He seems really cool. I don't know. I guess so if you could fit all your guys in that little box, but then you're stuck in the box. If you don't leave the box, then
it's a time game when it's going to
be are you scoring anything? I don't know. But he seems kind of expensive for what he does. And who was the other figure again?
Wes, I didn't pay him to say that.
Who was the other character besides Sinestro you mentioned?
Beetlejuice.
Oh, Beetlejuice. I forget. So I did get to play at the Michigan event. I got to play against Beetlejuice for the first time. And while he is kind of a pain, he was a disruption. It didn't like end the game for me. I was still able to kill him once, and another time, like my opponent had to take him off because he was so hurt, so he took him off the map himself. But again, this is one event, and I ran into Beetlejuice like 3 times, and then I brought him out twice, and it seemed to work out okay. Like it was disruptive, but it wasn't like a game ender for me. So I guess I'm okay with it, I guess. From that play experience.
So is there a right way and is there a wrong way to open a booster?
Oh, yes, I got to know.
Ooh, you know what? I think I've learned that there are choices and then there are better choices. So not really right or wrong. It's more like you have choices. Is it going to be a good choice or just a choice?
Okay, so how do you prefer to open a booster?
I cannot stand the tape, so I like to cut the tape because if I try to yank it, it just seems to stretch on me. So.
Top or bottom?
Oh, crap. I guess I've done both. Yeah, I go both ways.
Oh.
No. Hold on a second. That wasn't. Listen, don't get all fussy in your chairs at home, okay? I was just saying, all right? That was just a slip of the lip. Hey.
He's bisexual.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I think whatever's easier,
See, you are a politician. You can't make a decision. Just go both ways.
I haven't ordered. I've been just buying off the secondary market. These are unfair, loaded questions. How dare you bring me here and hijack the conversation like this?
We're ruining his next run.
Yeah, you sure are.
All right, what color was the dress?
Me?
Yeah,
what dress
for you.
Am I?
No. There was a dress that was an internet fab or thing like 10 years ago. What color was the dress?
Red, I think.
And it was black and blue or white and gold.
Oh, I guess I'll go with white and gold because the Wizard Shazam wears white and gold. So I don't know.
All right. 100 Heroclix players versus 1 gorilla.
Am I the gorilla?
No, they're a real gorilla versus 100 Heroclix players.
The gorilla. Most Heroclix players are bums, That's coming from the villain side of me, so I say that with all the love I could muster.
All right. Do you miss Harambe?
The gorilla?
Yes.
Yeah, poor Harambe.
Gone too soon.
Yeah, gone too soon. It's all right. Now he's Sarah McLachlan in the arms of the angel.
All right, I think I'm ready for the actual questionnaire.
All right. So, George Massu, you are on Talkn Clix. And on Talkn Clix, we have what we call the Clix questionnaire.
Okay.
You've been around for a long time. The community knows your name. We've been talking to you for an hour and 15 minutes now. But the community doesn't really know you. They don't know you inside and out. They don't know what makes your brain click.
Ooh.
Pun intended. I have developed the foolproof questionnaire. I've dove into the AI. I connected with Kevin from the She-Hulk show. And we have a ironclad way for the Clix community to know you inside and out. Are you brave enough to answer these questions?
Okay, I'll do my best.
Pineapple on pizza.
Yes.
What was your first music concert?
It was Page and Plant.
Coffee or tea?
Never heard of it.
The Led Zeppelin reunion thing.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Coffee or tea?
Say that again?
Coffee or tea?
Oh, coffee.
One superhero or villain you wish were real.
Black Adam. My guy.
Is water wet?
Is water wet? No.
If you were to build a 300-point modern team right now, what is the first piece you're grabbing to start the team with?
Ooh, how about the Avarice Lex Luthor? I'll start there. What a great looking sculpt.
All right. Top 5 powers you want every team you build.
Ooh, top 5 powers. Let's see. Common sense, decisiveness, brilliant tactician. Now let's go with. I love prop control because my dice are my greatest enemy. So definitely prop control. Let's go with. Yeah, we'll go with brilliant tactician, outwit perplex. Okay, that's why I'm BT. Leadership, obviously, and the last one. Impervious, because you can't touch this.
All right.
All right, I'm going to say that your leadership is a crutch because if you can't play with 3 actions, then once your leadership's gone, good luck. And then probability control, I don't like the name of it, so
Yeah, too many syllables.
Okay, how did you... no, it's not too many syllables. It doesn't change the probability. Perplex changes the probability. Rerolling the dice changes the possibility.
Yeah, technically that's true. And if it was your idea to make a fool of me on your show, how dare you?
No, I just... You're not the first person I've had this conversation with. How did you meet your wife?
How did I meet my wife? I met her through a friend, of a friend by accident. We could have just met. Same place, same time.
So you say you're not traveling right now for Clix events, but in the future, would you plan on attending Red Riding Clix?
Where is your event?
In Lafayette, Indiana.
Oh, that's not that far. I would make the drive out there.
Cool.
When you were an adolescent/young man, whose celebrity shower would you want to be in if you were a bar soap?
Like when you're hitting those pubescent teenage years and you're like, wow, I have a crush. Oh gosh. I guess at the time, who's the boss? Alyssa Milano was pretty popular.
Milano.
Yeah, she's wear the hockey jersey. Oh my gosh, who didn't have that poster on their wall?
She was always on that TV show Charmed, and apparently it was very cold on set.
Well, you know what? That's when I was like in my 20s. He's talking like young teenage years. Who's the boss was on, and she was the thing, man.
She was the thing.
Yeah,
still is, I think. All right, the Joker has captured Scott and I. You can only save one of us. There's only time to save one. Which one are you saving?
The Joker.
Exactly.
I mean, there are plenty of Scotts and Wesses out there, but there's only one Joker.
All right.
I need him out and free.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
You can have a factory set of any Heroclix set. Which one are you taking?
Oh, I'll take. How about one of the newer sets to update my collection? I'm about 4 sets behind now. The Lantern Legacy made it 5, so I'm 5 sets behind now. So one of the modern sets, I'll take that.
All right, we're very precise about this question. We're going to ask you 5 words to describe the rest of your life, and as soon as you start talking, we start counting. 5 words.
5
words.
Words that will describe the rest of my life.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
That's 2.
Growth. Can't even think of these words.
You're out of words.
Out of words. So growth is all I got.
There.
No, you got, oh gosh, growth. I can't.
Hopefully not in that order.
Oh, that was horrible in that order.
Yeah, it is.
All right, the three of us are going on a date with the Gotham girls. You get to pick who's going with who. We got Harley, Poison Ivy, Batgirl, Catwoman, Renee Montoya, and Zatanna. Who do you
All
get? Who
right.
do you guys get? Who do I get?
You can have Harley. You're both kind of wackadoodles. And I'll give Wes. How about something a little more? Let's give him Zatanna. All right. And I'll take Catwoman. How about that?
What's your favorite season?
Fall.
All right, two players to be on your team at World's Championship Team Sealed.
Ooh, I'm gonna catch some heat for this if I don't name like the right two people.
You can name two random people. Be like Joe and Schmo.
Yeah. I guess if I could have, I'd have my local buddies hang out with me. So Calvin, Julian, Luke, one of them guys that we used to play with all the time.
Who played the best Batman and Bruce Wayne?
Combination.
I like Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Yes.
I really liked the Christian Bale movies, but because they were about the villains, sorry. Even though I think that Batman was probably my favorite, but I like those movies because they were about the villains.
All right.
All right. Which A-Team member would you hang out with?
Oh, probably Murdoch,
Nice.
the wacky one, wackadoodle.
What is your biggest superstition in Heroclix?
When your dice go cold, they're gonna stay cold. So it's just better to put them aside and grab something else. If it happens twice, just put them away and grab another pair.
Wait, I want to have my opponent let me use their dice.
Sometimes
People
they
get
would
touchy about that.
Yeah, they do. I would like to. Wow, he's just rolling so good right now. Can I have some of that?
Yes, exactly. All right, this is the final question in the questionnaire. Wes is going to be thinking of a 3-digit number. The second number is equal to or greater than the first digit. At least two of the numbers have the same value, and it is not necessarily a whole number.
Hold on. Say that again. The first digit is.
It's 3 digits. The
Yep.
second digit is equal to or greater than the first digit. Two of the
Okay.
numbers have the same value. The number may be, or does not have to be a whole number, but it will not be a fraction.
Okay, will not be a whole number. So, got 2. Second is equal to or greater than the first. Okay, 3. And I can one at a time. I'll do this. Can I go?
Yeah, go.
Okay, let's do. All right, hang on. And it's
We're
just 3
talking about
digits.
somebody from Lafayette, Indiana, so it could be like letters. I don't know. He has never.
Oh my gosh. You're going to
No,
put Roman numerals into
It
this?
should be numbers. It should just be
The
numbers.
second has the same. So I'll do, how about this? Is equal to or greater than the first. 344.
No.
I tried.
All right, George
Kept it as
Massu.
simple as possible.
This has been the Clix Questionnaire. You're now fully known by the Clix community. How's it feel?
Wonderful. Now I feel like it's it's like the tell-all. Like George just, comes on to Red, White, and Clix and tells all, right?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Buy my book. It'll be on Amazon soon.
Can we get it autographed?
Yeah,
And
if
a
you want
HeroClix
to.
event sometime in 2027.
Yeah, 2027. That's when you'll, grab my book and I'll sign it for you. That'd be great.
If you win the presidency someday, will you play with HeroClix in the White House?
Do you know how much power I'd have to give up to become president? The Lex Luthor line.
Well, gentlemen, this has been the Talkn Clix. George, it's been awesome talking to you. Thank you for your wonderful ideas and for reaching out to the community and taking the initiative to talk to somebody to actually try to get the ball rolling on some of this. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you for covering the topics. Thank you so much.
Since I fumbled all over myself at the beginning of the show, Red, White, and Clix is a charity event for a nonprofit organization that supports veterans. Just today alone,
You nailed it.
I talked to a friend of mine on the phone who is going through something. It's been 20 years since we were deployed, and he's still got stuff that comes up, things that he thought he'd forgotten about that just come to the surface. You knew somebody that their son just took their life recently. This is an important event. It's not just nameless, faceless charity. It's soldiers who have potentially given their lives, if not have given their lives for this country. And the least we can do is try to help them where the government's failed them. So please come out. I am pricing out as best as possible to try and make this the can't miss event of the year, make it as fun as possible while supporting a good cause. So please come out to Lafayette, Indiana, November 15th and 16th. More details to come shortly after Worlds when I get confirmation from Wizkids themselves.
Wonderful.
Last thoughts for the evening. George?
For me, just again, thank you so much. I'm always so grateful when someone or a couple guys step up and help out things. It really amplifies and echoes what we're trying to do. With the marketing and distribution refinements. So thank you guys both very much. Plus, it was really cool to hang out with you guys, meet you, Wes, and hang out with you again, Scott.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
It's been a long, hot minute.
Yeah, it has. It has.
Scott, do you have any final thoughts or any thoughts at all?
Just love one another, guys. Love one another. Not in the big spoon, little spoon way if you don't want to.
Thank you, everybody that has supported our channel going this far. It's been a fun journey. It's been a wacky ride, especially with Scott at the helm. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at Red, White, and Clix. If you are planning on coming and want the discount at the hotel, there is a barcode to use, and you need to use it before, I think, October 10th to get the special price. Other than that, I hope to see everybody out there, and thanks for watching. And as always,
keep on Clixing.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Fellow citizens of Heroclix land, I'm Big Shooter, and I'm running for mayor because our community deserves more. For too long, the cost of entry has been too high. That ends now. I will fight to make Heroclix bricks cheaper and smaller. I will extend the modern age format so your favorite pieces stay on the map longer. And I'll expand the franchises and sets we bring to the game. Because Heroclix should be as limitless as our imagination. Local shops, small events, they matter. I'll bring bigger prizing and stronger support to every venue. And together, we'll demand more promotion, more advertising, more recognition. Because it's time the world knows Heroclix is here, and it's stronger than ever. I'm Mayor Big Shooter, and I approve this message.